Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Alumni Gymnasium on the historic campus of Norwich Free Academy for tonight's boys basketball matchup between the Ledyard Colonels and the NFA Wildcats. Along with the coach Chris Giusti, I'm Mike O'Farrell, and we're excited to bring you tonight's game, our second boys basketball broadcast of the season and our third of four overall. We'll also be here February 9th for the final girls game of the regular season. More on that to come. But tonight, it's an ECC battle of teams that not only know each other well, but who are also working hard to reclaim their position as a leading team in the conference. And so far, the Wildcats are ahead on that quest. NFA comes into tonight with an overall mark of 6-6, 2-4 in the division. But Coach Jeff Brown's team, after dropping the first three of the season, has rebounded nicely with a chance to push their record over 500 with a win tonight against the Colonels. Under Coach DJ Exum, who's in his third year, Ledyard comes in with a 2-9 record and 6 consecutive losses. Coach, what type of matchup are we going to find ourselves with tonight?
No, it's a friendly neighborhood battle, Mike. Ledyard and NFA are no stranger to one another here in big ECC games. And even though both teams would like their records to be a little bit better at this point in the season, you got to throw the records out the window when the Colonels and the Wildcats go to battle.
A rivalry game, if you will. You know, it's interesting. I mean, we were talking earlier. I mean, you know, Ledyard is they're struggling, and I'm not sure, you know, how much they're coming out of that. I mean, they've got 2 wins this year, although they did only win 2 total last year, so I guess they're ahead of the game a little bit. But you know, it's a program that has history. Before Coach Cornish and Coach Vincent, of course, Coach Brown was on the sideline for the Colonels for a while. So it would be nice to see this come back a little bit and to be a game that you know would I guess of ECC days gone by.
Yeah, and that's what both coaches are trying to accomplish here. And like you said, NFA has had a couple of good outings the last 2 times they played. A big win over the Fitch Falcons last week at home, and then they followed that up on Friday night away at East Lyme, avenging an earlier loss that we broadcast here on the YouTube channel, the NFA YouTube channel. So Jeff Brown's got his team playing well, but you're only as good as the next night. And
right.
They got to come out here and play with a lot of heart, play with a lot of grit, because I think the Colonels are looking at this game and circling it as kind of a banquet game. If we win this game, it's something we can talk about at our postseason banquet.
I like that, a banquet game. You know, it's interesting that, you know, you talk about the Wildcats have had 2 in a row, nearly 3 in a row with the amazing win over Fitch, but 24 hours before that, you know, a 1-point loss at the buzzer to Griswold. And I think, to me, that's what made the Fitch win even better, was that they were able to come back within 24 hours and really just really change the whole complexion of their team by beating a Fitch team that had dominated them earlier in the year.
Yeah, and that's why there's some high hopes here as we move into the second half of the season, because everything's still in front of you, Mike. You win 2 more games and you qualify for the state tournament.
Right.
Everybody qualifies for the ECC tournament. Mohegan Sun is a destination in both tournaments.
Right.
So you want to be able to play with grit. You want to be able to play with heart. You want to be able to bounce back from adversity and get to the next play. That's something that, you know, I know that all coaches try to preach, and the coaches that could get their players to buy into that, get to the next play. Don't worry about what happened yesterday or the play before. Let's worry about what's about to happen now.
And how do you know, I mean, I think a little bit maybe our guys could be feeling confident about tonight. How do you use that to your advantage, I guess, and what's the disadvantage to that? I mean, these guys know each other. They know what the Ledyard record is. They know who they've played. But how do you make sure that their mindset is where it needs to be tonight?
No, as a coach, you just got to make sure that the guys know that it's just another game. It's another game on the schedule. You can't look at the record if a team has a lot of wins or if a team doesn't have a lot of wins. You got to make sure that the team is locked in and focused to the game plan. I would think that NFA hasn't reached the point yet where they're going to take anyone for granted. But, Mike, we're talking about high school kids,
right.
You know, anything can happen. That's why it's just so hard to coach youth sports. You just don't know what you're going to get on a given night. So the coaches are going to have a plan B, plan C, plan D, and make sure they make the adjustments that are necessary.
Well, you look at the Griswold game, right? I mean, here we are, that maybe they went in thinking this was going to be easier than what it was, but they also found themselves down 20, fought their way back before losing at the buzzer. So, like you said, who knows? We're talking 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, and all we can hope for tonight is a really good game and good basketball by both sides. And now we'll take a brief break here for Bob Maloff and his performance of the national anthem. Oh, it's being sung tonight. This is outstanding, so enjoy this rendition. Great job there by NFA senior Naima Charles on the national anthem. Kid can sing. She's done this a few times, and no offense to our friend Bob Maloff, but I like it better when the students are doing it.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
All right, so it's both teams coming out of the huddle. We're going to have the starters for Ledyard, number 0, Donovan Green, number 3, Peyton Luther. They're both seniors. Zion Bunkley, also a senior. Cameron Weber, number 11, he's a junior. And Ethan Petrowski, number 25, he's a senior. I think Luther, number 3, is the kid we're going to be looking out for the Colonels. Starting off for your Wildcats, number 1, Armani Davis, a senior. Keegan Johnston's number 3. He's a junior. Sophomore Ethan Graham wears number 5. Junior Cody Jamison dons number 11. And double that, Cameron Barbosa, number 22, is a senior. So I think this is the standard starting 5 for Coach Brown. And Coach Exum's team's coming out of the huddle, getting some final encouragement from the assistant coach. And we are just about ready to roll.
Yeah, at this point in the season, Mike, you start to pare down your bench. So earlier in the year, Coach Brown is trying out a lot of combinations, a lot of different players. But now as we get closer to postseason, you're trying to find like that 8 or 9 that are going to play with 5 or 6 playing the majority of the minutes.
Gotcha. Ball is up. Barbosa wins the tip, and that's Johnston. Jamison touched the ball for the first time. Back to Johnston. All the way across to Davis, who's not going to be bashful on that 3. That's short. Rebound to Cam, no good. And the rebound comes down to Zion Bunkley for the Colonels.
Ledyard started in a 2-3 zone. Armani was wide open, and NFA got an offensive rebound pretty easily. I think that'll be a factor tonight.
Backcourt violation on Cameron Weber will be Wildcats ball.
I think the aggressiveness and the athleticism of NFA could give them the opportunity to get a lot of offensive rebounds. The Ledyard Colonels, if they're going to play this zone, they don't have box-out assignments. They got to do a good job of getting 5 guys on the defensive glass.
So this is Davis over to Johnston. Thought he was going to try the 3. Graham. Jamison will try the 3. That's no good. Rebound somehow pulled down by Keegan. Davis, another 3. No good. Jamison pulls down another offensive rebound. Graham's going to try a 3. No good. Rebound to Bunkley. not being bashful so far, the Wildcats. No score. Played just over a minute.
Well, they're going to get those open shots against that zone, so if they stick them, then they can have a big lead early.
Jamison forces Luther to the sideline. He goes out of bounds, and it will be Wildcat ball.
I think Coach Brown is going to want to try and get into the teeth of the zone, though. Try to get some opportunities with some high-low or some mid-range shots.
This is Johnston looking for Jamison. He's going to try it again. No good. Rebound to Luther.
0 of 5 from 3, 0 of 6 from the field for the Wildcats to start.
Luther works baseline. Jamison, easy foul there. It'll send Peyton Luther to the line for 2 shots.
The Colonels don't officially have a field goal attempt yet. They have 3 possessions, 2 turnovers, and a shooting foul, which does not count as a shot attempt.
And yet, most likely, they're going to find themselves with the lead.
Yeah. So NFA can get any shot they want early, but they're going to have to bury some of those. I shouldn't say any shot, any 3-point shot they want to get, they can get early, but they're going to have to bury some of those. I think that plays a little bit into Coach Exum's strategy is if NFA is going to beat us, they're going to have to beat us from the outside.
Well, so far his strategy seems to be working. Lid on both baskets tonight. Luther can't make either of the 2. That's going to be a backcourt violation. It will be NFA ball.
So if you're scoring at home, that's 6 missed field goals, 2 missed free throws, and 3 turnovers.
Other than that, things are going great. Here's Johnston on the outside. Davis inside to Barboza, trying to do what you were just talking about. Back in the hands to Armani. He'll try the 3, and finally we're on the board. First basket at the 5:58 mark of the first quarter. NFA takes a 3-0 lead.
NFA's using that full court pressure, trying to speed Ledyard up.
This is Luther inside. He can't get it. Rebound comes down to Jamison. Nice look ahead to Davis. Up and 2. And a quick timeout by Coach Exum.
Yeah, I don't think that Ledyard can hang with NFA if it becomes a transition game. So Ledyard has to really do a good job of making sure that they control tempo and don't turn the ball over in a live ball situation. Their first 3 turnovers of the game were dead ball turnovers, so they were able to set up their defense. That's their first live ball turnover, and NFA made quick work of it, turning that instant change of possession into 2 points.
So we went with nothing for the first 2 minutes to 5 quick points for the Wildcats. And first timeout of the game here called by the Colonels.
And that's really going to be critical for Ledyard to kind of stay even at an arm's length tonight, is they cannot have live ball turnovers. So that's probably why Coach Exum quickly is calling the timeout. Make sure that press break is organized, because it could get ugly quick.
So this is Luther. Weber into the trap, gets it up to Petrowski. He's down to Bunkley. Shot's no good. Rebound and follow, no good by Joseph Gilbert, new into the game for the Colonels. Armani airballs a 3. Jamison pulls down the rebound. Johnston tries a 3. He can't get it. And the rebound comes down to Ethan Petrowski. Ball's on the floor. Jump ball stays to the Colonels. 5 minutes, 9 seconds left in the first. NFA with a 5-0 lead in what can only be described as a sloppy start.
Well, especially if you're talking about 3-point shooting. 1 of 8 from the 3-point arc are the Wildcats.
Luther facing the press again. Jamison forces him in the middle, and another live ball turnover. Graham comes up with it. Wow, Davis, nice pass to Barboza. Nice job there, Armani Davis over to Cam. 7-0.
Yeah, NFA is so good at turning those sudden changes into points. So that's 2 live ball turnovers, 2 layups for the Wildcats.
So number 2 in for the Colonels, it's Joseph Gilbert. That's Petrowski, this is Bunkley. And that's Barboza. Come the other way, leading the break. He's going to take it himself. can't do it. Colonels come away, back the other way. Nice pass, Petrowski to Bunkley. So we got a foul on the floor. We do. I believe it's Keegan Johnston. It is. It's going to be his first, team first. I'm sorry, team second. I don't remember the first one. Oh, it was on, when Luther went to the line. So Petrowski inbounds the ball to Bunkley. Follow, easy layup, no good. Gage Hinckley new into the game, and he comes down with a board. Davis, this is Malachi Murray. He's new in the game. That's no good. Johnston manages to pull the rebound. Ball's on the floor. Stays Wildcat possession. And back into the Colonels comes number 0, Donovan Green. So for Ledyard, we've got Green, Gilbert, Petrowski, Weber, and Luther. For the Wildcats, we've got Davis, Murray, Johnston, Hinckley, and Graham. Armani thought about the three, goes inside to Hinckley. Graham will take the three. That's no good. Rebound, Petrowski. Nice move. Donovan Green puts the Colonels on the board. 7-2, 3:46 left in the first quarter. Malachi Murray works inside. He gets an easy one.
Yeah, and I think if NFA just makes a concerted effort to attack the gaps and get inside, they'll find that they'll get a lot easier shot opportunities. 1 of 10 from three-point lands right now are the Wildcats.
This is Green. He meets Graham. Graham stuffs the ball back and traveling violation. Tough one for Donovan Green.
NFA defense has been solid, though.
They sure have.
And while the Colonels having a tough time getting open shots.
Armani Davis brings it up from Malachi Murray. Davis, long range three, no good. Rebound to Donovan Green, and here come the Colonels. He's going to take it himself. Sloppy shot, sloppy foul. Green's going to go to the line.
Yeah, they're going to call a block there on Davis, so that'll be 2 shots for the Colonels. Really, for DJ Exum, for Coach Exum, you know, the game plan defensively force NFA into long threes and get rebounds. It's kind of working, but they can't muster a lot of offense themselves right now.
That's a missed field goal, or a missed free throw, I'm sorry. Checking in for NFA, number 15, Jameer Ford. Just a freshman, going to get some really valuable minutes the rest of the season. This is Donovan Green with his second shot at the line. He makes that, turns it into a 6-point game. NFA 9, Ledyard 3. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left in the opening quarter.
Ledyard staying in this zone.
Well, you can't blame them. It's not like we've shot our way out of it. And as you know, there's another chalk up the miss for Murray. Hinckley comes down with a rebound, gets it to Graham. I'll take Gage inside against anybody. I don't care how tall he is. Malachi Murray drains that three. And it's a 9-point game, 12-3. Back in the press. Long range three on the Ledyard side. Petrowski no good. Murray comes down with the rebound. He loses a handle. And Weber sends it back the other way. Donovan Green looking for a call. Hinckley's not going to get it. And Petrowski was stepping out of bounds when he had the handle on that one.
Coach Exum thought there was some contact there on the drive to the basket. Refs let him play.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's wrong. Also into the game for the Wildcats, another freshman, number 10, Josh Lavoie. He gives Johnston a break, so we've got 2 freshmen on the floor, Lavoie and Ford. And there's Hinckley, Barboza, and Murray. Murray's going to try the other side for 3, no good. Ford's going over the back to try to get that rebound.
Yeah, and NFA's content, you know, obviously they're not feeling threatened on the defensive end, so content to play a game of horse, I guess. Just east-west passing. I'd like to see a little bit of ball screen. It's a misconception that you can't screen the zone sometimes. You know, you can screen it, and you can get into the gaps by using ball screens against the zone. I'd like to see a little bit more of that. See if Coach Brown makes some adjustments at the end of the quarter.
Luther to Petrowski. Murray's on him. Barboza comes over. That shot from Green, no good. Hinckley pulls down the rebound. Jameer Ford takes it down the other way. Ledyard stays back in the zone, so who's going to fire this one up? It's going to be Murray again. No good. Hinckley can't get it. Petrowski pulls down the rebound, but it's going to be a foul, I believe, on Josh Lavoie. And that is the 5th on the Wildcats, which is going to send, I was going to say, this is going to be sending Ledyard to the line with our new rule here. 5 fouls per quarter is an automatic 2 at the free throw line. The 1-and-1 is no longer with us. We got another sub in for the Wildcats, number 4. That's Avery Guernsey. He's a junior. And this is Ethan Petrowski at the line for 2 shots. NFA student section doing their best. Half size tonight.
Yeah, a late arriving crowd,
yeah,
but they're vocal.
12-3. Petrowski trying to cut it to an 8-point game. And he does. 12-4, 1:14 left in the first quarter. NFA on top.
So Ledyard's playing more of a 2-1-2, and I think that's really discouraging NFA from driving.
Barboza hits a long 3. Oh, I'm not sure how discouraged they are. I mean, from the guys' perspective, they might like just banging these, trying to bang these 3-pointers.
Yeah, well, three of 16.
Yeah.
They've taken 16 threes.
And they still have an 11-point lead.
Yeah. Well,
15-4.
Defense is holding up.
So this is Petrowski at the top. He's got Luther, Green, Weber, and Gilbert with him. Shot clock is down to 5. Shot is up, no good. Another foul. Ledyard's going back to the line. That's on Jameer Ford.
Yeah, I mean, this game could have, the score could have really been ugly if just a couple more of those 3-point shots went. Think about that, 3 of 16 from 3. Even if they're 5 of 16, it's 21-4.
That's a good free throw from Donovan Green. Makes it 15-5, 27 seconds left, so the shot clock will be off. NFA will have the ability to wait for the last shot of the quarter if that's what they want to do. Second shot is good. 15-6, 9-point game. Lavoie, Ford, he doesn't want to wait. That shot's no good. Ledyard comes down with the rebound, and now they have a chance. Green finds himself wide open on the other end and makes it. Nice transition. 15-8, 14 seconds left for the Wildcats. Not quite sure Coach Brown was happy with that decision, but no doubt they'll be playing for the last one here as we're down to 4. That's Lavoie. Nice. Good way to end the first quarter. Josh Lavoie puts the Wildcats ahead by 10, 18-8. So that brought the percentage up a little bit, Coach. 4 of 17, maybe, if I remember from what you were saying before. But NFA living and dying by the 3-point shot in the first quarter of that one, as Ledyard was sitting in the zone, daring them to shoot, and they did. They certainly did.
Yeah, 4 of 18.
4 of 18.
From 3-point land, and 3 of 4 from 2-point lands.
Well, maybe that's an idea of what they should be looking at.
So 7 of 22 overall. They did not go to the free throw line, so they're not really attacking the basket.
So
for Ledyard, they are struggling to get shots off. They've only taken 7 shots. They did get to the free throw line 4 times, so they're able to stay an arm's length away because they've been able to hit some free throws. But the Colonels are going to have to figure out some way to generate points. Like even with NFA trying to set the school record for three-point shot attempts, Ledyard's still going to have to score points. You know, at the rate they're generating offense, NFA can pretty much do whatever they want and win this game. So Coach Exum's going to have to figure out a way. How are we going to get our guys some opportunities to get some baskets?
We've got a little bit of delay to start the second quarter, and I think it's maybe we've got a blood situation, something on the floor. I see athletic trainer KJ Donovan, who actually will be our halftime guest, working on Cam Barboza on the side to try to stop, I'm guessing what's a cut above his eye. And the players were pointing out something on the floor, and now the great one, Bob Maloff, is coming to wipe that up.
Tales from the table.
Tales from the table. This would be a good one. How many times, Bob, have you gone out to wipe up bloodstains? I'm guessing this is the first time for him, considering KJ is preoccupied. But I didn't see anything with Barboza that would have led to, led to him getting a cut. But KJ is spending quite a bit of time over there. Make sure he's okay. It looks like now we're still debating what we're doing here. Mr. Wentworth, our athletic director, is out on the floor, perhaps pointing to another spot. Another member of the crew's coming out. Dean Clarence Cooper's out here making sure everything's fine.
Oh, man. How many people does it take to dry off a wet spot?
A 1 millimeter spot of blood.
We got it under control.
Yeah. So on the floor for NFA, Armani Davis, Keegan Johnston, Ethan Graham, Cody Jameson, and Gage Hinckley. For the Colonels, we got Cameron Weber, number 32, Ben Russick's into the game for the first time, Ethan Petrowski, Donovan Green, and Peyton Luther.
So the Colonels have decided to go man-to-man, which is a little bit perplexing because now NFA can run their man offense and get some shots inside.
Or maybe they can't. Ball bouncing around. Graham comes away with it. That's Jameson. 18-8, just starting the second quarter. Wildcats on top. Graham was looking for the ball back. Jameson had other ideas. Wild shot. Hinckley pulls it down. We reset. And we still have something going on.
I think that's going to be a shot clock violation because Cody's layup attempt did not hit the rim.
Yes. That's our first shot clock violation of at least the 3 games that we've done.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of high school games this year. Not a lot of shot clock violations.
Johnston on the steal. Nice pass to Jameson. That's 20-8, so the press still working for the Wildcats.
Yeah, part of the problem is that they haven't been able to set it up that much. So whenever they've been able to set it up.
They can't make a shot.
Yeah, whenever they've been able to set it up, it's worked.
Well, they're in it again. Timeout by Exum to avoid the 10-second call there. That's the second timeout for Ledyard. We have 6 minutes and 54 seconds left in the second quarter, and it is 20-8 Wildcats. And Coach, I have some out-of-town scoring information that is one, quite frankly, I'm not very excited about. The NFA girls are at Fitch tonight, and they are entering the fourth quarter trailing by 8, 34-26.
Okay.
So they've played better in the third quarter. They were down, it was 24-13 Fitch at the half. So NFA cut an 11-point lead to 8. But the girls are winners of 6 in a row, and having defeated Fitch early this year, that's a big one for them. So we're just hoping Coach Gomez has some pep talk in the huddle there to start the fourth quarter, and they can get that a little bit closer.
A lot of time left.
So NFA back on the floor in the press. Ledyard's going to have to try to work their way through it again. Petrowski's going to inbound the ball. Luther. Kickball called. That resets the clock.
Yeah, that's a break.
Does that reset the full 10-second count as well? It does, correct?
Yes, yes.
So the shot clock goes to 35, and Ledyard's got a new fresh 10 to get it across the line.
Anytime the ball goes out of bounds, that resets the 10.
Got it.
So, but the kickball resets the shot clock, which is critical.
Luther somehow gets through and then throws up a crazy shot that had no chance. Johnston back the other way. His shot is no good, but it's a blocking foul on the Colonels.
So no three-point attempts so far this quarter from the Wildcats, so maybe a concerted effort, maybe a message in the quarter break from Coach Brown, let's attack the rim. But I do think that Ledyard switching to the man-to-man helped NFA make that decision more easily. Like, okay, you're going to go man, you can't guard us man, we're going to go to the rack now.
Johnston makes the first, 21-8, 6:35 left till halftime.
I did like that zone from Ledyard. You know, you got to close out on shooters a little bit better, but I did like how they were playing their middleman up high. It was discouraging the Wildcats from getting a high post touch. NFA could have did a better job of attacking it, but I liked how they were controlling tempo. I'm not so sure that them playing man is going to get them back into this game.
So Johnston missed the second, and there was a foul on Cody Jamison trying to get in position for the rebound. Or no, it was on Ledyard, number 11. I'm sorry, my apologies. That's Graham trying his. Did he call glass? Did he call glass? Ethan Graham from long range, 24-8.
Late night banking hours.
So my apologies, that last foul was on Ledyard 11, which is Cam Weber. And now the Colonels trail 24-8, 6:19 left. This is Luther. Runs off a couple screens but can't get anywhere. Green's gonna go inside up against Hinckley and he drops it in. Nice bucket, 24-10, 14-point lead for the Wildcats. I guess the one thing I'm surprised about is Ethan Graham has 3 3-point attempts. I know everybody else does, but that one surprises me. Armani Davis shooting it doesn't surprise me. But here come the Colonels back the other way. Long range 3, no good from Luther. Ball's out of bounds, goes to NFA. Checking in for the Colonels, number 21, Jack Leaf. He's a sophomore. He's going to give Weber a break. So Davis, Jamison, Graham, Hinckley, and Johnston for the Wildcats. Inside, Ethan Graham. I believe that ball was knocked away. Hinckley couldn't save it. Luther travels, no call. Green tries to attempt the follow, and he is rejected by Graham. I'm not sure how Luther was able to put the ball behind his back as much as he did there and have no call, but it's fine.
He hit it.
He hit it, yeah. Couldn't see where the ball was.
Yeah, he hit it.
5:16 left in the half, 24-10 Wildcats. Leaf's going to inbound the ball. Russick's looking for position. He gets it to Green, who I believe was pushed from behind, perhaps by Armani Davis. Yes. That's his second foul. First on the Wildcats for the quarter. Bunkley loses the handle, another foul. And that's Davis, who's quickly got his third. He's going to have to go to the bench. Second on the team for the quarter. And Zion Bunkley goes to the line for 2 shots. Senior makes the first. Davis has to sit with 3. Jameer Ford comes in. Safe to say we won't see Armani till at least the third quarter. Bunkley's going to have one more. Let's see if he can cut it to 12. 24-12 Wildcats. 5:10 left in the half. Jamison's going to go. Pulls it out, likes the 3, no good. And here's Green, up court, Luther. What can he do? His three-pointer's no good, and here's Ford. Long range to Johnston, who leaked out. Missed rebound, pulled down by Russick. Johnston redeems himself with the steal and will try to redeem himself further at the line. Nice. Keegan's upset with himself on that one.
Yeah, nice pass by the freshman, Jameer Ford. Hit Johnston in stride for that breakaway layup, but he did redeem himself with the steal and attacked it right away, drew the foul.
If you get in a situation like that with Ford, is the word from the coach to always look up, see if anybody's out there?
Absolutely. You're always looking deep middle first. Deep middle is your first look. That's going to get you an easy basket, and then after that, you're looking for the next safest play.
Johnston makes both, 26-12, 4:42 left in the half. Malachi Murray back in the game for the Wildcats. He wears number 2. And NFA back in the press. Bunkley's going to try to do it on his own, and he does. 26-14, 12-point game. Ford leading the way back down for NFA. Johnston's trying to find Graham inside. Ethan from the elbow, no good. Rebound, Luther. Colonels aren't going away, and part of that's because we're not putting them away. That's going to be a foul on Murray. That's our team's 4th, rather, of the quarter.
Ledyard's had a couple good set baseline out of bounds plays. See what they do here.
That was the first foul on Malachi Murray. Gage Hinckley goes to the bench. He's replaced by Cam Barboza, who does have signs of a cut over his left eye. So KJ doing some quick work there, getting him back in. And Petrowski wastes no time, just checked back in for the Colonels, misses a 3. Graham pulls down the rebound, 26-14, 3:51 left. Barboza, that's Ford. Coach Brown yelling some instructions. Barboza looking for Murray, finds Graham instead from the elbow. That's good for Ethan.
Yeah, a little flex offense there. Traditional offense that gets you a baseline screen for a cut to the basket and then a down screen for an elbow jumper. It's a continuity offense, so you'll continue to get that action, and they only had to run it for 2 cuts, and they got a wide open elbow jump shot. That's his shot, Ethan Graham.
Peyton Luther blocked. Murray long range to Barboza. Can he get the handle on it? He can't. So that offense is basically going in perpetuity until they get a shot.
Yeah, and he used to, before the shot clock, Mike, teams would run it for a minute 30, whatever. Now, obviously, you're only going to run it for 34 seconds. But NFA only had to run it for about 6.
3 minutes left till halftime, 28-14 Wildcats. Colonel's coming up. This is Green. He's got Graham on him. That's Leaf. Over to Bunkley, goes right by Barboza. But Graham, Ethan looking for a jump ball. They changed the call. Nice. Said Ethan heard the whistle. He was not pleased with that. So alternating possession stays Colonel ball. Josh Lavoie checks back in, and for the first time, number 12, Javon Thompson is in.
Sorry, Mike.
No, it's all good. Bunkley wide open from the free throw line. Can't hit it. Wildcats coming down the other way.
A little youth on the floor. Only 1 senior for the Wildcats. 2 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior.
Missed dunk by Zion Bunkley. Just could have taken the layup. Hears it from the crowd. Barboza, the 1 senior on the floor, sends it out to Ford, the freshman, and he nails a 3. Boy, there's a... Can't do the math. That's a 5-point swing right there with that missed dunk, which should have been a layup. Turns into a 3 on the other end.
Yeah, Ledyard probably wasn't going to win this game anyways, but that play, not good.
Donovan Green comes back for the Colonels. It's now 31-16, just under 2 minutes to go. Barboza. Yo. There it is. Misses his own, gets the rebound, puts it in.
That was that flex offense again, got that baseline cut.
Barboza challenges Green, wins that one. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be NFA basketball. This just in from Groton. There's 2 minutes and 23 seconds left, and the Wildcats have cut it to 6, 36-30.
Okay.
Of course, it was also 36-30 at the 4:20 mark, so they went 2 minutes, neither team, without a point. We'll see how things end up there. Jameer Ford, long range three. Barboza fights for the rebound, and it will go down to the Colonels. So we've got 1:17 left till halftime, 33-16. So just as a reminder, at halftime, we're going to see the NFA hip-hop dance team perform. A performance will be their last official one before they go to the national championship this weekend in Florida. And then following the dance team, athletic trainer KJ Donovan will be up to join me. Colonels take the ball in bounds. That's Petrowski. That's Jack Leaf. Nice give and go there to Joseph Gilbert, and he's going to go to the line.
Yeah, good use of the pick and roll there. Get an inside touch.
1:07 left. It's the second foul on Murray. This is Gilbert at the line for a pair. Trying to make this a 15-point game. Gets it to 16. And it's a 15-point game. Barboza inbounds to Murray, and here we go. Lavoie, Cam, thought about the three, goes inside, lays it up. No good, but he'll go to the line for two with exactly 1 minute left in the first half.
No, that was a good decision, and there you see that Cameron had the same open three-point opportunity that so many other players had this half, but instead he shot fakes, gets his guy off balance, and takes it to the basket for the higher percentage shot. And he's an excellent free throw shooter, so that's a place where he can get an opportunity for an old-fashioned three-point play if he makes it with the foul.
35-18, 1 minute to go. Wildcats still in the press, trying to get some more easy buckets off of this. Barboza steals it. Ledyard maintains possession. Nice layup there by Petrowski. Cam's going to go after the real three that time. No good. Ford can't get his hands on the rebound. Does, but I think the foul's going to find its way to Jameer Ford, I believe. And it's going to put Ledyard back at the line for two. It doesn't look good in Groton, Coach. Fitch expanded their lead to 38-30 with just over a minute left. So the 6-game winning streak for Coach Gomez's Wildcats is going to come to an end. And that's going to end up being a split for the season series. Home and home victories for each team.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be an intriguing ECC girls tournament.
It's going to be wide open. Wide open. Leaf makes a pair. Brings the Colonel deficit down to 13 with 35 seconds left. There's about 7 or 8 seconds left, a differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Guernsey's going to try a three. That's no good. Lavoie rebound into the corner. Cam was thinking about it again. Oh, nice look underneath, but it got slapped away. NFA ball, 21 seconds left, 35-22 lead. Javon Thompson will inbound the ball. Oh, nice play. Guernsey couldn't convert. Back the other way, Petrowski. He's going to challenge Barboza. Barboza's trying to go the other way. Petrowski, no good on the layup. Rebound, Gilbert. Nice play. 35-24. All of a sudden, it's down to 11. The clock's about to expire. Guernsey can't get it. Did he travel first? He did. 0.6 left. 35-24. Nothing really the Colonels can do with this one. Luther's going to try. Hits the top of the backboard. And we are at the break. 35-24 Wildcats. And interesting first half, Coach.
Yeah, unofficially 6 of 25 from
25%.
the three-point arc. So a couple more of those fall, and it's a big blowout. But NFA has, for the most part, had their way with the Colonels. The lead probably should be a lot bigger. Both coaches going to go back to the drawing board, and both coaches have a lot to talk about in terms of how to play a little bit more efficiently in the second half.
Right. And before we get to that second half, we're just waiting for the musical cue to start for the NFA hip-hop dance team to perform. We'll watch that. And when the dance team is over, we will talk to KJ Donovan, our athletic trainer, while the coach goes down to verify our stats for the second half. And the hip-hop team, as well as our Palm Squad team, are heading to Florida this weekend to compete in the national championships for the first time ever. The work these ladies put in is impressive, and you have the chance to enjoy it now, their final performance before nationals. There they are, the NFA hip-hop dance team. The amazing thing about this program is they do a different routine every single game. Again, the hours they put in are incredible. And speaking of somebody who puts in incredible hours, is here day and night more than anybody on campus, has seen more NFA sports than anybody on campus.
Yeah, that's saying something.
Athletic trainer KJ Donovan. You've been busy. I've been watching you. You're fixing cuts. You're talking to parents. It's the whole thing for you tonight.
Oh, it's never a dull moment. I'm always running around the gym. It's never, I don't get to stand still for that long.
So what's the 20-second job description of the athletic trainer at Norwich Free Academy?
Well, 20 seconds is
Not doable.
No, it's not. There's too much. A lot of it's just tending to the kids and the athletes. A lot of it's making sure they're ready to play and making sure they're performing at their max. That's really it.
Well, it's all year. I mean,
it is all year. Yeah.
You know, I don't think people realize that you're here on the hot days of summer when the kids are doing conditioning.
Yes. Yep.
So there's no downtime for you.
No, a lot of it. I mean, summer's slower, which is nice,
Right.
but during the school year, it's kind of full steam ahead, and then once summer comes, it eases up. But we try to make the athletic trainer available to them all the time. That way, it eases some pressure off of the kids, but it also gives them the support that they need if, for some reason, something goes on.
So how does it work? Because the girls are at Fitch tonight. So is the Fitch trainer are you just responsible for home games?
So it depends on the season. During football season, I do travel with football just due to the numbers that they have.
Right.
But once we get into ECC time and state time, the athletic director and I really kind of coordinate on when I'm traveling, who I'm going with, and things like that. During the winter time, like tonight, the Fitch athletic trainer will be covering for the girls, and then I'm here covering for both Ledyard and NFA. So it's definitely a lot going on at once.
Right. Now, you must know your counterparts. So if something happened tonight in the girls' game, I assume you would hear from the Fitch trainer.
Yes.
To keep you informed, because that may dictate what happens next.
Yeah, so we all have a pretty good tight-knit group that if something happens, we always try to communicate to one another as soon as we can. It's not always necessarily during the game because it's always busy,
Right.
but we always try to communicate at least within the 24 hours or at least the next morning right after just to make sure we know what's going on.
So what's the one thing you would tell somebody about our athletes that they probably don't know? Right? You see all sides of them. You see funny, you see upset, you see serious. What's an inside scoop that you can give us, you know, from the trainer's room perspective or from the sidelines? Like, are they,
man.
you know, does somebody, and I don't need a particular person, but, you know, they're 16, 17, 18 years old.
Yes, they are. The one thing I would say is it's never a dull moment for me. I have a lot of different encounters with a lot of different kids, so it's nice to see them dedicated to the sport that they're in. They're very committed to it, and I will say that. They, a lot of our kids here definitely want to make sure that they're out on the court or the field and giving it their all the best that they can.
So who has the authority? Are you the only one with the authority to pull a kid off the field or the court?
So if I'm there, yes, but a lot of it comes down to what a coach sees or the athletic director. So there are a lot of different moving parts, but if I'm here, I do try to communicate with the parents and myself about what's best for the kids and their safety. But yes, I do have that ability to pull the kids off if I think that they're gonna do more risk. I can't.
Well, you know, look, I got to deal with him the rest of the game.
I did my time. He coached me. He's been around for a long time in my life.
Oh, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's where the born and raised comes from.
All right. So we're gonna have some fun with that. KJ, I appreciate you taking a few minutes. I know it's been a busy, crazy first half for you. Hopefully the second half calms down.
Let's
but
hope so.
You know, on behalf of everybody, I know you are well respected. You are loved at this place. You do the best for these kids, and I know they appreciate it.
Oh, I appreciate it very
much. And you're
much.
funny. I mean, with the exception of your affinity for Nickelback, I think you're pretty swell.
If I recall correctly, you've got that same. You're just as much in love with them as me.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, there it is. All right, it was good talking to you.
I appreciate it. So we are at halftime. It is 35-24, and the Wildcats have an 11-point lead. And when Coach Giusti pulls the mic back on, we will get some updated and correct stats. And final out of Groton, disappointing loss for the NFA Wildcats. Coach Gomez's team falls to Fitch 42-34. That is a final. But the good news is these Wildcats are ahead. Coach, what do we got for some first half numbers?
Well, first of all, you know, I can't say enough about KJ.
The best.
As she mentioned, I got a chance to coach her when she was a high school athlete. Just tough and loved her teammates. I didn't get to coach her at NFA. I coached her outside of NFA in the AAU travel circuit, but was a big fan of her. here. Obviously, when I was coaching the boys, I supported the girls teams, and yeah, just a tremendous asset to the school to have someone like KJ. She's so knowledgeable. I still call when my own kids have a sports injury.
First call.
Yeah, first text I send is to KJ to say, listen, what do I got to do here? What emergency room? Wait for a doctor's appointment? Just bring her in here, And so I bring my daughter in here, and she checks her out. My daughter's trying to play basketball too, so.
Even right now, she was just doing a final look on Cam Barbosa's eye to make sure that that's cut up there. So before we get to some stats, we've got Davis, Johnston, Barbosa, Jamison, and Graham, the original starting 5 for the Wildcats. We've got Luther, Green, Bunkley, Weber, and Petrowski, the original 5 for the Colonels. And surprise, surprise, three-point basket for NFA is no good.
Yeah, real quick, first half stats. The Wildcats were 6 of 25 from three-point lands, 12 of 36 overall, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. The Colonels were 6 of 18 overall, 0 of 2 from three-point land, 10 of 14 from the free throw line. That's kept them an arm's length.
Almost a foul there by Green. Johnston comes down. Oh, nice give and go here. Great look from Armani Davis to Ethan Graham cutting to fill the lane there. Makes the lead 13, 37-24, 7:20 left in the third quarter. Bunkley gets Graham off his feet, goes by him, and scores from 8 feet.
Bunkley with 6. Ethan Graham with 7. Cam Barbosa leads all scorers with 9.
Jamison was thinking about pulling the trigger there. Cross court to Davis. Cross court to Jamison. Cody will fire and hit. Cody Jamison, 40-26, NFA.
5 for Jamison now.
And he comes up with the steal, but can't quite get it. Good hustle there, Cody, but inches away from that one.
And I think perfecting this full court pressure is something NFA wants to continue to work on, because this is something that they can use come tournament time.
So Barbosa goes out, clearly having an issue with that cut. Hinckley comes in for him. This is Luther. Petrowski tries an outside shot, no good. Donovan Green rebound. Good follow from Donovan Green, 40-28, 12 points. Look, they're not going away. But Davis comes back and puts it back to 14.
Donovan Green actually leads all scorers with 13 points.
So that foul is on, I did not see the number, on 23. So Gage Hinckley picks up his first on the team for this quarter. Luther will go to the line and shoot 2. First is good. So the free throws becoming a valuable part of the offense for the Colonels.
Yeah, they've 11 of their 29 have come from the free throw line.
Luther drops this, it'll be a 12-point game. And he does. 6:10 left in the third quarter. Davis trying to thread the needle to Graham, no good. Bunkley comes down with that one. And the Colonels racing up the other way. Petrowski will try a 3, no good, rebound Davis.
And Ledyard cannot hit a 3 as well. They're 0 of 4 from three-point lands.
Armani loses the dribble, gets it to Jamison. His is no good. Oh, nice pass. Hinckley with the rebound, got it underneath to Graham, who was unable to convert. Davis a missed 3. And I think this is going to be a foul on Cody Jamison, I believe. It is.
I think as Ethan gets older and kind of more confident, that's a shot he's got to go back up with. He passed up a 4-footer for a 19-footer.
Second foul on Jamison, second on the team this quarter. Wildcats in the press again. Luther, no problem getting across here. Bunkley drives inside, throws it up, no good. Rebound Hinckley. Graham loses the ball and then commits a silly foul. little sloppy start here to the third quarter. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left. Wildcats are up 12. That's the first on Graham, but more importantly, it's the third team foul for NFA in this quarter. Colonels trying to make it a 10-point game if they can score on this possession. Davis slaps it away, still be Colonel ball.
NFA's extended their lead by 1 so far this half.
Davis trying to get the steal, can't get it there. Colonel's moving the ball on the perimeter. This is Luther on the right side. He's got Bunkley, Green, Weber, and Petrowski. That's Bunkley, the game's leading scorer, out to Luther. Trying to make something happen on the baseline. Keegan Johnston, great defense, and he comes down with a rebound, and he's looking up. Bounce pass to Graham, and good. 44-30. Love it when everybody runs, everybody does their job, fill the lane, you get the ball.
Yeah, you got to get ahead of the ball. You know, Johnston's pushing it up, and they got to get ahead of the ball in the wings.
Luther feeds Green, and he goes up against Jamison. No foul, count the basket. Back to a 12-point lead, and here comes Cody up the other eight for the Wildcats. Gets it in the hands of Johnston. Luther is on Johnston, 3 on 3. Gets it under to 23. Gage Hinckley for the layup. 3:56, just about halfway through the third quarter. 46-32 Wildcats. Bunkley goes against Hinckley. Probably not the best decision in any way, shape, or form. But he's going to go to the line for it. Gage is a truck. So Zion Bunkley, senior for the Colonels. First one is no good. Malachi Murray and Jameer Ford check in for Coach Brown's squad, replacing Armani Davis and Cody Jamison. They join Graham, Hinckley, and Johnston on the floor. Bunkley can't get either one, and Hinckley clears the rebound. Keegan's looking inside. Murray, deep three, and it's good. 49-32. 3:25 left. Ford causing some grief here in the backcourt, as is Johnston, but the Colonels get it across. So they just had a chance to get it to a 10-point game, and now it's a 17-point game. So when the threes do fall, they add up quickly, says Captain Obvious. Jeez. Funny, Mike, they go up by 3 when they do that. That's going to be a travel violation.
Well, that's why the adage in basketball is live by the 3, die by the 3, because you get so infatuated. It's almost like when you're, for those people who like to play roulette.
Right. You hit it once, you want to keep hitting it.
Yeah, or if you lose, you're like, oh, I'll just double down, and
that's right.
I'll make my money back, and now you're down twice as much, 4 times as much, 8 times as much. So it's live and die by the 3. NFA's kind of decided that's the strategy they're going to play with tonight.
Nice rebound and follow by Gage Hinckley, working hard underneath. He's bringing the lunch pail to work tonight.
Always does.
Colonels just get it across. Bunkley's going to try a 3. That's no good. Donovan Green with the follow.
Donovan Green's had a nice game tonight for Ledyard, 17 points.
Oh, a little sloppiness here from the Wildcats. Petrowski's going to chase down the loose ball. Sloppy handle for him. Tries to go reverse, doesn't do it, but does draw the foul. Will send him to the line for 2. Minute 53 left in the third quarter. NFA with a 17-point lead, 51-34. The foul was on 25. We don't have a 25. That must have been on Ford or Hinckley. No, they changed the foul to Murray. That's his third. Petrowski makes the first. Senior Ethan Petrowski, very deliberate in his approach. He's been consistent every time he's been to the line. Makes the pair, cuts it to 16, 51-35. Well, make that 51-36, cut it to 15. Johnston against the press to Graham. Coach Brown calls a timeout. Didn't like Ethan being that far away from the basket in that situation is what I'm thinking. What do you tell him? Why do you call that timeout? Is it because you're afraid of the turnover, or is he gonna? What's he gonna tell him right now?
Yeah, I think at that point it looked like Ledyard was going to trap him up against the sideline. So Coach Brown just saved him with the timeout. He has timeouts to burn here, so saved the possession there instead of Ethan falling out of bounds or making a pass, ill-advised pass. So now he'll have a chance to draw up a play. They've also been kind of careless with the ball the last couple of possessions, so
right.
An opportunity to say, let's settle down. We have a 15-point lead. Really, at this point, the scoreboard is our main, the clock rather, is our main opponent.
Right.
We don't have to rush things. We don't want to turn the ball over. We don't want to take quick shots unless they're really high percentage shots. Let's do what we do and finish this game off strong.
So assuming they do that, it'll be 3 in a row for the Wildcats and 4 out of their last 5, and that'll put them 1 win away at 7-6 from the state tournament. Of course, they also face New London in their next game on Friday on the road, so that'll be a tough one.
Yeah, so this goes down as kind of a trap game, with the big rivalry game coming up Friday.
Barboza back in with double the bandage over the left eye. Drives the baseline nicely. 53-36, back to a 17-point game. This is Gilbert. Luther. Johnston's on him. Luther's going to drive. Gets through. Can't make the basket, but will go to the line for 2 shots.
Looks like they're going to get Cam there.
That's his first, and the team has reached 5, so any foul over the remaining minute and 18 seconds will put the Colonels at the line for 2. Luther drops the first. Josh Lavoie is going to check back in for NFA. He replaces Keegan Johnston. Petrowski comes back in for Ledyard. He replaces Ben Russick. And Javon Thompson also in for the Wildcats. He's going to replace Ethan Graham.
Surprisingly, that's Peyton Luther's first point of the basketball game.
Only makes 1, but rebound comes down to the Colonels. Petrowski fires 3, no good. Over the backboard, out of bounds, NFA ball.
Ledyard still has not hit a 3-point shot. They're 0 of 6 this game.
Double dribble called on the Wildcats. Ball will go back to the Colonels.
Yeah, Ledyard with a little full court pressure of their own that time. Different look. Try and get some turnovers. They got to create more possessions for themselves now as we get closer to the 4th quarter.
Nice defense, Josh Lavoie, making Luther have to give the ball up to Bunkley. He's got Thompson chasing him, runs him off the screen. Murray with the foul, back to the line.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You don't want to foul jump shooters. It was actually really good defense by Murray. And Malachi's just got to know that he's just got to stay straight up there. And if Bunkley makes a jumper over your long arm, you just got to live with it, tip your cap. Don't want to give him a chance to go to the free throw line.
It's the 3rd on Murray. Set NFA over the limit here in the 3rd quarter. Second one for Bunkley. Makes 1 out of 2. 53-38. It's a 15-point game with 48 seconds left to go in the quarter. Thompson, Barboza. I think Cam's got one thing on his mind, and there it is.
Well, the difference, the NFA is so much different with Barboza on the floor. And one of the main differences that I've noticed, throughout this game, he's really the only guy who plays off 2 feet. And what I mean by that is every time he's driving to the basket, he's landing on 2, and he's really balanced and powerful. He's not landing on 1 or trying to go to the basket, awkwardly. It's just really a methodical way of playing basketball, especially when, you're a little bit undersized.
So his traditional three-point play puts the Wildcats up by 18, 56-38, and Murray draws a charge on Luther. Aggressive play by Murray. That would have been his 4th if it went the other way. Student section tries to show their appreciation. Colonel's in a little bit of a press. This is Ford. 26 seconds left. The shot clock is off. Javon Thompson on a feed from Josh Lavoie.
Yeah, nice pass from Lavoie, making that extra pass for the layup.
Luther tries to do the same to Bunkley, goes out of bounds to go back to the Wildcats.
Once again, Luther kind of out of control, playing off 1 foot. If he lands on 2 there, he's balanced. He can make a decision. Am I going to pass it or shoot it?
I try to spend most of my day on 2 feet, and I'm going to be thinking about that now.
Yeah.
Come down the stairs, I want to land on both feet.
Yep.
Go in for a big meeting, I want to do it on both feet.
Yep. It's the way to go, Mike.
So I can be flexible which way I want to go.
Yep.
Cam no on a feed from Lavoie.
Once again, he catches it. That little hop step, land on 2, jumps right back up. He's balanced. Back to the free throw line.
That's the first foul on Petrowski. Cam makes the first. 0.7 left in the quarter. Wildcats with their biggest lead, 59-38, 21 points. Cam makes this. The lead will match his jersey. And it does, 22. 60-38. Murray, that would have been something, even to get it close. End of the third quarter. Wildcats on top, 60-38. Coach, let me ask you this one. So we're assuming this is going to finish as it is, that's going to put us 1 win away from qualifying for states. We only have 19 games. We lost a game due to a weather cancellation early this year with a team that was coming in from New York. That one's not going to be made up. Are we at a disadvantage going in with 19 versus everybody else going in with 20? Does that affect the seeding? Is it only based on, would they have gotten points because it was a New York team? What do you know about that?
Yeah, it's a disadvantage if you were going to win that game. So it's an advantage if you were going to lose. If you lost that game, it could act as an advantage because the first thing that they consider when looking at the seedings is your win percentage.
Okay.
So any more wins is always better.
Always better, right?
So the opportunity to win another game is better. You don't get anything if you lose the game. So, but on top of that, it's another game. It's another game that you get to play, that you get to, get out under the lights, work together as a team, coach them up, strategize. So, and you want to take advantage of the 20 whenever you can. But in this situation, it was
understandable.
Yeah,
crazy weather and a team coming from probably about 4 hours away in New York.
Yeah.
Which would have been fun, but didn't work out. So original starters back on the floor for the Wildcats: Jamison, Davis, Barboza, Johnston, and Graham. Ledyard has Petrowski, Gilbert, Luther, Bunkley, and Green. Petrowski's going to try 3, and he's going to get 3, but from the free throw line.
Yeah, once again, one of the cardinal sins of man-to-man defense is fouling a jump shooter. You don't want to foul jump shooters. You chop it up on a closeout. So what that means is you're running out as hard as you can, and as you get about 3 feet away, you're taking short, choppy steps and almost like squeaking the floor so that you don't run into the jump shooter. And right there, you just saw a full sprint toward the jump shooter. He tried to split like a screen there, the kind of a closing gate play that Ledyard was trying to run. Cody anticipated that, tried to sneak through there, but he caught the arm of Petrowski.
Who's got the first 2 down, brings it back to a 20-point game, 60-40, 7:50 left to go.
And it's not a play that's going to affect the outcome of the game, but
no.
You just want to, continue to make solid plays as you look to the postseason. You want to play clean.
All 3 for Ethan Petrowski. 19-point game, Wildcats. Johnston, nice. Lays it in, takes Luther to the basket and scores. NFA not in the press, which I can understand, given the current lead. Luther's waiting for somebody to come free, and it's Gilbert. Shot clock is at 11. Nice pass underneath to Gilbert. He can't make it go. Green with the follow. He can't make it go. Graham comes down with a rebound, looks up to Cam, who smartly pulls it back. 1-on-3 was not going to work for Cam, no matter how many feet he landed on. Graham, long range. That is up and over, and it will go to the Colonels. If all things work out tonight, Coach, Coach Brown is going to try to sneak up here at the end of the game for a quick conversation. That is Green knocking down the layup, going to the line for the 3-point opportunity after he drew the foul on Ethan Graham. And it's a 19-point game, 62-43. Green will try to get it to 18. And he does. He's having a nice game.
That's 20 points.
Coach Brown calling out the plays from the sideline. Johnston working on Luther. Luther wins that battle. I'll say this, Peyton Luther hasn't been much of an offensive threat, but he hasn't come off the floor, and the kid's working his tail off.
Yeah, hard worker. Has been on the team. Played a lot as a freshman, so he's experienced, has a lot of minutes.
Petrowski thought about long range. Nice pass underneath. Gilbert kicks it out to Bunkley. Gets Barboza in the air and drops it. 62-46, 16-point game, 6 minutes left. Colonel's still in pressure. Coach Exum's trying to get him to do a little bit more. Davis finds Graham. Graham finds Jamison. Somebody's going to launch it. It's going to be Keegan. No good. Cam with the rebound. The follow, no good. Green. He goes on the floor. Cam goes with him. Alternating possession. Ball stays with the Wildcats. 5:41 left in the contest. 62-46. So if we look ahead a little bit, the Wildcats will be at New London on Friday, and Ledyard will have Bacon Academy on Friday. Davis hands it off to Barboza. He gets the ball taken away, and here comes Bunkley. Jamison takes it away from him, but not without committing a foul.
NFA only 2 points this quarter on the layup by Keegan Johnston.
And we're going to get 2 substitutions for the Wildcats. Jamison's going to sit down because he's got 4. Armani Davis is going to sit down. Nope, I'm sorry. Jamison's going to stay in and Johnston's going to go down. So Jameer Ford and Josh Lavoie, 2 bright spots for the future of the Wildcats, back on the floor. Been impressed by Lavoie's minutes tonight. And Ford has also gotten a fair number of opportunities. That's Gilbert. He knocks it down. So, Coach, all of a sudden it's a 14-point game with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. There's certainly enough time. That's how, whoa. Alley-oop opportunity, Barboza, but he tracks it down. Coach Brown calling something that's going to require some patience, I think. Shot clock's at 24. Jameson's lost it at the top. That's Graham. Barboza. Blocked by Bunkley. Cam is relentless tonight. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, they need him out there. They need him for that energy that he gives. He missed a kind of an alley-oop attempt a couple plays ago, but was able to immediately recover and get the steal. Kind of took the wind out of the Ledyard coaching staff sails as they were getting excited. They had another opportunity to get a transition basket, and you just saw a sigh of exasperation as Cameron stole the ball back.
He makes the first, 63-48. Second one is good, puts the Wildcats up 16.
And he's a good free throw shooter. That's so critical as we get into the second half of the season and look towards the postseason.
And he comes up with the loose ball here. And now Lavoie. Just about 4.5 minutes left in the game. Wildcats up 16. Murray finds Lavoie. Josh up with the right hand from the left side. Good. 66-48.
That's 5 for Lavoie.
Oh!
Kick save and a beauty.
Kick save and a beauty, that's right. Hinckley's going to check back in here. He's going to replace Graham, I assume, for the rest of the night. Ledyard trying to come up with something here. Petrowski, right side, three-pointer. He's going to shoot it, and he's going to get it. Cuts it to 15, 66-51, 4 minutes left in the game.
That's the first of the night for the Colonels.
Is it really?
Yes.
After all this. Cam up strong again. Playing with a purpose in this one. Not letting the cut hinder him. It looks like he's gone 10 rounds with the bandage.
Yeah, he's their energy guy, you know, and obviously this NFA team scores collectively. They don't really have like a pecking order, so to speak. Sometimes Armani can get hot, and he's the guy. Not quite his night tonight shooting, but Cam always gives them those hustle plays.
Luther long-range three. Well, I tell you, the Wildcats are at 68 right now, and they come into this game averaging about 61 points a game. So they are a little higher than where they normally are. And they normally come in giving up 66 points a game. So obviously this is going to help them out on that side. In fact, they're the only ECC Division I team with a negative differential. This game might, well, certainly will help that. I don't know that it'll change it all the way. Luther fires three. No good. Petrowski working hard for the offensive rebound through the legs, and Hinckley has it. Ledyard comes into the game averaging about 48 points, so they're actually ahead. Their challenge is they give up 61 points. So as crazy as it sounds, as Luther makes a layup there to cut it back to 15, Ledyard has actually outscored their season average. Hinckley's going to go to the line with a chance to give NFA 70.
Well, there hasn't been many possessions where the shot clock has reached 20.
No.
So a lot of extra shots, a lot of shots taken by both teams.
Hinckley's first one is good. 69-53, 2:42 left. Nice rebound. Oh, follow can't go from Murray. Back the other way come the Colonels. This is Jack Leaf. That's Luther. Playing the game a little cat and mouse inside to Bunkley, trying to draw the contact, and Hinckley clears the board. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. 69-53. Murray no good. Alternating possession will go back to the Colonels. And Ethan Graham is going to come back into the game for NFA. (69-53), 2 minutes to go. Luther stuck outside. That's Leaf. Leaf's going to kick it out to Bunkley for a long-range three, and he gets it. Nice game, Zion Bunkley. 69-56. You know, it's fun. All of a sudden, like, it's back to 13, but it feels like a 25-point game.
Well, both coaches have cleared the benches now, so.
Wildcats are going to finish the night with a record of 7-6. Again, they started 0-3, so in their last 10 games, they're playing 70% basketball, 7-3. Coach Brown's got to be happy with that, especially to get this win. It's going to be 4 out of the last 5, 3 in a row, before they head to New London this weekend, Friday night, for the big rivalry game. Leafs looking for some action. I tell you, he's staying with it. Took the shot, got his rebound, took the shot. Evan Gelati on defense comes away here to Avery Guernsey. And that's a carry. You don't see that often. .8 seconds left, 13-point lead. Coach Giusti and I will be back in action on Friday, February 9th for the girls' final home game of the season against New London. Look forward to that. Could have huge implications with the ECC tournament not too far behind. Ledyard's going to play Bacon Academy in their next contest. And they are going to fall to 2-10. And that's going to be a tie-up. It's going to stay right here.
Yeah, looking forward to next Friday night, senior night. So expecting not only a big crowd because we're honoring the seniors here at NFA, but because the rival and defending state champion New London Whalers will be in town.
And I think a lot of people thought New London was just going to walk away with the ECC for the girls, and they're not doing that. It's wide open. Everybody seems to be knocking off everybody.
Yep. Well, they lost a Division I player last year.
Yeah, they sure did. And
Elise Dudley. They still have all-world Serenity Lancaster in the middle, but the one thing that the NFA girls do have is size. So if they can find a way to score the basketball, they played the Whalers tough down there in New London a few weeks ago, only losing by 4. So I'm looking forward to it, Mike.
69-60 is the final. This felt like a 30-point game. A little sloppy towards the end when the Colonels were able to come back. But a good win nonetheless. We're going to take it. We're going to move to 7-6. We're expecting Coach Brown to come up here, hopefully. You know, it only takes him a couple of steps to get all the way up the bleachers with his strides. And 4 out of the last 5, 3 in a row.
Yeah, and it could have been a little bit of a looking ahead situation. You know, it's hard. I know the guys were focused ahead of time on taking care of business tonight, but then, once that lead balloons up to over 20 points, it's hard to stay focused. You start looking ahead to what you got, first period tomorrow. Do I have some homework to do?
Right.
And then obviously the big rivalry game with the New London Whalers coming up this weekend.
Oh, Coach, he just remembered, and here he comes. He's going to come up in about 2 strides, and we'll get a couple of minutes with Coach Brown for his quick reaction to this game, and looking ahead. Coach, we appreciate you coming up. It was funny to notice. Oh yeah, I got to go up and talk to those guys.
Yeah, just clicked.
So look, 4 out of 5, 3 in a row. After starting the season 0-3, you've run off 7 out of 10. You got to feel good about that.
Yeah, definitely feeling good. The kids are buying in, playing together, getting excited for each other. So it's a good feeling.
And in this one, I mean, I don't think you want to know your 3-point percentage.
No, definitely not.
But I mean, they gave it to you, right?
Yeah.
You had to take that early on.
Yeah, I kept telling them keep shooting. That's what we do. We got to shoot the ball. So.
And then when they went man, it was nice to start to see the offense get going there a little bit.
Yeah, then we can get the ball inside and those big guys can get to work. So.
Now it's only a 9-point win, but it felt like a 25-point win.
Yeah, we were a little sloppy, but obviously we got some guys in, and everybody was excited for each other. So I was very happy.
I mean, I think that's especially. I thought Josh Lavoie had great minutes tonight for a freshman.
Definitely.
Jameer Ford, freshman, had great minutes tonight.
Yep.
And everybody picked up. Armani didn't have his best game.
Yeah. Foul trouble early.
But Cam was solid.
Yeah, Cam brings the energy every night. All that running on that track paid off for him.
So how do you feel going down to New London on Friday?
No, I'm excited. I mean, obviously we got to play well, hit some shots down there, and just play together and be excited for each other.
You played with him the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of stick with the same game plan and just hope the shots go down.
All right, Coach. I appreciate you coming up. Go talk to the team.
It was fun. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
No, it's all good,
Thank
and
you.
it's fun to see the team come away with a victory. And like I said, 4 out of the last 5, 3 in a row, 7-6 overall. One more game in the win column, and they will go to the state tournament, which is good. Coach, were you able to get some final numbers there in that flurry? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I ran down there just to check my stats. The leading scorer for the Wildcats, I'll give you one guess.
Cam Barbosa.
20 points for number 22, the senior, and a nice game for the senior from Ledyard, Donovan Green. He had 18 to lead the Colonels.
Nice. So, big game Friday night in New London, but the fact is we're 7-6. We won 3 in a row. The last 10, they're 7-3, and Coach is happy. He's like, anything can happen on Friday. Play together, make some shots, see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's 2 sides of the coin, right? They don't really have that alpha scorer.
Right.
That the Whalers, have a couple of those guys. St. Bernard's has a couple of those guys. Fitch has a couple of those guys. But that's also what kind of makes it hard to play against NFA is that you can't just focus your game plan on one guy.
Right.
And if they start to get hot from the perimeter, now you open it up inside. You got guys like Ethan Graham and Hinckley who can score, and Cam Barbosa who can score inside off offensive rebounds or for drop-offs. So I think the key Friday night, NFA definitely has to shoot better from 3-point.
Sure thing. So this is our second and final boys game of the season. We will be back on February 9th for the girls' senior night festivities and their game against New London, which promises to be a good one. And who knows? We'll see what the girls might position themselves for a first-round playoff game. If they do, maybe we can be here for that. We'll figure that out. But we are going to sign off. We can't have done this without Dan Simino pulling all the tricks and pushing all the buttons in the background. We appreciate Dan's work. We appreciate you being with us. And we'll see you again on February 9th. For Chris Giusti, I'm Michael Farrell. Have a great night.